Howdy people, and welcome to another video on the channel. Today, I don't know how to react, because Forest have turned up to Stamford Bridge, Chelsea's home ground. We've gone on an away game in the Premier League, and we've beat them. We've beat them 1-0 at their own gaff. And we haven't won a Premier League away game since when we played Southampton, which was like January, February. Like, it has been so long since we've won an away game. Away game in general. I don't think since we beat Blackburn away in the cup last season. That's genuinely the last time. We haven't won away in anything in ages. Now the Southampton game might have been after Blackburn actually, but still, it is so surreal. And it was actually a half decent performance. Listen, going into the game itself, it was expected Chelsea were going to have all of the possession, majority of the chances, and we're going to just have to take our one or two chances when we got them. And boy, we did. £115 million man, Moises Caicedo, gives it to, I think it's Yates, I'm not too sure though, who then plays it to Awoniyi, who then plays in Alanga. Alanga in, puts it beautifully into the bottom corner. Solid finish. I saw some Chelsea fans saying that it was down on Sanchez. No, he does well, uses his pace and puts it very tidily into the bottom corner. The standards. The only sort of negatives about the game itself though is Danilo came off at half time with a hamstring injury, who did come on for, Alanga did come on, so, you know, swings and roundabouts, and Aurier came off with something as well. However, thanks to the antics of the transfer deadline day, hopefully those won't be any major concerns in the sense of we've got players to cover now, which there will be its own video on the start of this week, I promise. I've started preparing it, just, you know, we've been quite busy, so that will be out soon. But more on the game itself. First half started, and it was really what I expected. Always having maybe one or two chances, and Chelsea dominating the shots, the overall areas they are in better positions than us. Awoniyi did have a very good chance though, looking to make it, what, like 8 consistent league games with scoring in, 9 consistent league games with scoring in, and he just puts it over the bar. Other than that, I don't think we had too many other shots. It was just more of soaking up Chelsea's pressure and hitting them on the counter-attack, which is what we did. And even that, I don't think Chelsea had very many shots in terms of stuff that Turner had to save. I could think of maybe 2 or 3 shots they had. They were very poor. I think, you know, Jackson had a chance that he should have scored, but overall, I would say our chances were more clear cut than theirs. We had 2, 3 clear cut chances where Chelsea probably had maybe 2. So in terms of better quality of chances, I would say we had more than Chelsea. And overall, it's a delightful performance. First away win of the season. We've been knocking on the door for that away win. The away performances have been promising. Arsenal was very promising. United, we should have got something, minimum of a point. And Chelsea, we got something. It's not, unfortunate for Chelsea, not going to achieve them anything. And it's shown that money doesn't necessarily buy success. They've got some good players, but they're not gelling. And what's going to happen in January if it's not gelling? They're going to spend another 200 million to try and fix it. It's honestly, they may as well just stick with this squad. They may as well not sell anyone in January, because it will go to pot for them and they'll have something on par with the previous season. However, first half, standard, us soaking up pressure, them dominating chances. We both had one really good chance each. I say us with Awoniyi and them with Jackson, I believe, was in the first half. Second half is pretty much 47, 48 minutes gone. 2 or 3 minutes into the second half, Elanga played in by Awoniyi, who got his assist and then scored a very tidy finish. After that, I don't really think we had many other chances, if any at all. Yeah, it was just hoping, getting the ball to Alanga and using his pace, really, which is, yeah, what you got to do. I did get a bit worried because there was a substantial amount of time left, and there was still a very good time period for Chelsea to get back into the game, and they didn't really show much urgency to do so. They were like in and around our box, but just we did very well. The back line was very, very solid. It was criticised, the likes of Worrell, McKenna, etc. But all 3 of the centre halves did an exceptional job. Joe Worrell, it was within a run-in for man of the match. I'll probably give it to him or Bolly, to be honest with you. They were both sensational at the back. Another slight issue though, Bolly did look like in the 90 something minute he pulled his hamstring, which is the only downside with Willy Bolly. He's a solid player. However, he's just so injury prone. His hamstrings are made of paper straws after you've used the same one after 3 drinks. It's there, yeah. He's not a sustainable player in terms. You can't rely on him to be your main centre half, which we haven't. To be fair, we've got Felipe and Niakate were both on the bench. They both will be returning, and that Andrew fella that I'm not going to try and say his surname, from Norwich, and the Brazilian fella as well. Again, sorry, I'm just not going to attempt to butcher the names. But yes, we've got depth now, which is good. So we don't have to rely necessarily on Bolly because his fitness is a bit questionable as well. But yeah, I'm very happy with how the defence was. I think Ireland was very solid yet again. Aurier decent. He did come off after about 60-70 minutes though with an injury. So yeah, and midfield again was very decent. Didn't really notice much from Mangala or Danilo, but then again, for the majority of the first half, we were soaking up pressure. Yates again was brilliant. I don't understand how this man gets so much slander. It's baffling to me. Always puts in a good shift. Again, was probably also running for man of the match as well. But I personally would give it to Bolly or Worrell, really. But the fact that people want to drop this guy and even sell this guy is honestly perplexing, quite frankly. But yeah, we do have to cover the injury to Danilo, but Sonongre, who we did sign on deadline day, should hopefully fill that sort of a void there. But yeah, Gibbs White, a 1 year, did have a good chance, as I mentioned, and again, the creative players aren't really necessarily going to shine through when you're parking the bus and hoping for an odd counter attack. So they're not necessarily going to shine, but I can't really think of anyone who had a poor game, to be honest. Buzzing for Matt Turner to get his first clean sheet for the club as well. Yeah, his performances have definitely deserved clean sheets, and yeah, I mean, there's only more to come with the amount of players we brought in. Hudson-Odoi is probably going to try and fill that void that Johnson's going to leave as well. Origi comes in as another striker option because as much as Chris Wood has improved this season, if you ain't crossing the ball on a regular basis, he's gonna ghost because that's just his style of play. So Origi's going to add more to that. Obviously, Nuno Tavares did come on as well. Looked decent. I mean, not going to read into too much because his overall package is more offensive than defensive. He's sort of the left-sided Nico Williams, from what I've heard from Arsenal fans. Very good offensively, but apparently gets exploded defensively. He looks solid. I mean, I can't really read into it too much. He only played, 20-30 minutes. But yeah, so we've still got a lot to add, is what my point is. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Sonongre. I'm buzzing to see that man play because we're lacking a goal-scoring central midfielder. As much as Yates is quality, Mangala's solid, Danilo's good, we don't have a goal-scoring threat from there. But overall, I'm very happy. There isn't loads to discuss because it was just mainly us parking the bus and hitting them on the counter-attack, which is what you got to do against these sides that have got millions upon billions of pounds in attack and some of the best players in the world. However, yeah, that's pretty much it. Short and sweet, but yeah, thank you all for watching. Sort of an almost review and discussion on the transfer window and deadline day will be coming in the next couple of days. Just as I said, we signed a lot of players, so it will take some time. And there will be a Q&A at some point this week as well, and then something for the Burnley game as well on the horizon, probably next weekend. Yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and if you want more stuff from me, the socials are linked in the description. And I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.